Whoa. Whoa. Hold it there. Okay. Let's take these off now. Life and death. Do you want the Arya Organic or do you want the Arya Unveiled? This is life and death. It's not actually, but welcome to Z Reviews. I'm your host, Zeospantera, and I'd like to thank everyone for clicking on my link tree for all my collabs. We can get Magia cables and adapter sets and headphones. It's fine, but is it worth it? Because I had strong, fucking strong feelings about the Zeospantera Unveiled, which was the first of the Unveiled series, and is $8,000. That's a specific amount of money. If you look it up, don't use Google anymore. That shit's AI. I use DuckDuckGo. But if you look up 8,000, it's a lot. So now we have to ask ourselves, no. You don't ask yourself no. You say no. But I have to ask myself, but what about Arya? So this is a rough one. Because I have the Arya Organic, I've up on my wall, they belong right there. See that one spot that's missing? That's where the Arya Organic goes. And I don't pull them down very often, but every time I do, I'm pleasantly surprised. Because I had the original Aryas, and then I traded them for the Arya Organic. And now these were loaned to me by a patron. And in a hypothetical situation, let's say somebody sent this to me, like a company, I was like, here, keep these. I would have to make the decision to sell one of them, because there's no fucking point in having both. Or is there? Very unveiled wallpaper. You see, I'm Zeos. I got problems. This is my slogan. I've got problems with a lot of things that HiFiMan does. And this would not have been the worst way to introduce the world to the concept, at least, of unveiled. You see, because automatically, this is better than the Zeospantera Unveiled. You could argue sound-wise, no, but look, you see this? See this plastic fucking cover that sticks on and then can't go through between the magnets and doesn't get attracted to it? Like, do you see this? 100% better than the fucking things we got with the goddamn dumb Zeospantera Unveiled. Which, by the way, these do stick to cabinets, which is kind of nice. So if boom, I could do that. But, so now, okay, this is an improvement. This is a blatant improvement over what they were doing with the flagship $8,000 Zeospantera Unveiled. But now, let's look at the build quality of this. It's fucking shiny plastic covered in fingerprints. Well, what was the old Arya? Wasn't that also? Oh, it's wood and metal. That is a downgrade. You're looking specifically down. This is classy. This is culturally acceptably awesome wood with the fucking thing. And the grills, we can grab it. I don't actually mind that. Look, you could touch this. I don't feel bad about it because those are so close together. And while it is the whole fucking thing, for those of you who didn't watch the Zeospantera, is unveiled means they literally give you access directly to the film of the planar driver, which is why there's covers. So when you're not using these, to stop from getting Cheeto crumbs in there, you put the cover on it, Haktua, and he doesn't touch the driver. If you Haktua now, gonna touch the driver, gonna have a bad time. So you still have to be a little bit more concerned. Like this had metal bars so you couldn't touch it, but also a fine fabric screen so you couldn't Haktua directly onto it. This is how we measure things from now on this channel. It's all how much Haktuable it is. The pads are actually are the pads slightly larger? Hold on. No, they're roughly the same. There's still the same concern that if you watch my review of the Ellipse, the Kiwi Ears Ellipse, I shook that headphone and then a screw appeared out of nowhere and ended up on my table. So I just cleared the table off to make sure. Because one of the other problems that will remain for all these unveiled things is since they're so exposed, oh God, if there's a staple that came out of a piece of paper on your desk and you put these down like this or sideways, it's going to get sucked into this magnet and then possibly roll around to the front where the driver is and tear your fucking headphones. And these are a much more reasonable $1,500, $1,449 on headphones.com. Since these were sent to me by a patron, I will link to headphones.com because I miss sending people there because they're good people, and I want to help them help me go to Munich, and I want to have fucking good Afghani food. You wouldn't understand. You weren't there. Arya Organics are currently, because they used to be $1,408.99 according to APOS, but now they're $1,149. So technically, I could say the best thing about the unveiled versions of things coming out is that the non-unveiled versions are cheaper. That could literally be the driving force here. Is like, you know what? Keep bringing out these headphones, HiFiMan, because that means the ones that were quality and old can come back out. But it's not as easy as the Susvara. Susvara, I was pretty much sold. Old Susvara, I preferred over new Susvara. It just had more warmth and actual tuning, and it was safer, and I didn't feel like I was going to die every time I touched it. Different for the Arya, though. You see, because now I've got them both plugged in to the TA32, which I just finished the review of a couple hours ago. I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to find a better test bench for this, and it's got two outputs, and since it's a hybrid and not forcing it into, I can run them both simultaneously. I'm sure someone will complain in the fucking comments. Don't worry, I've listened to them individually for many years, or for at least a couple days, so I know the difference. And I'm going back and forth, same song, same space, same, oh, we're in a church now. Okay, now we're in a church and it's very big. Now put these on. Okay, how does it sound? Okay, get a feel for the size of the space. Okay, back, hit the button, back 10 seconds, put these on. Okay, now it feels a little bit more compressed. The difference, all right, I guess we're just going to have to make a fucking, there's a timestamp, Zeos. What's the difference in sound? Because that's all that fucking matters. Warmer, more intimate. Actually, I don't know if intimate's the right word. I feel like these could be probably the more intimate ones, as the sound from the Unveiled feels closer. Whereas these are a little bit more big and spread out, and you've got this warm veil of why I like them. They sound like wood. They actually sound like yes. These are more of a stripped away, almost V shape. It feels like it loses some mid-range, and I know a lot about losing some mid-range. But at the same time, like, it still maintains the bass. There was a bass hit in a song, and it was like a very classy, like, classical song, and it was like one of those big fucking drums, and I'm like, ooh, that hit. Let me see how it sounds on this, because I was expecting this to maintain better low-end capabilities than the Unveiled, and to my surprise, it didn't. I actually thought the bass hit sounded more full on the Unveiled. That said, the overarching warmth isn't there. So if you're going for more accuracy, it'll probably be the Unveiled over the Organic. The Organic kind of feels like we're plugged into a tube amp. Yes, I know we fucking are, but this feels like that on almost everything I've plugged it into. It's like, ooh, big, warm, wide. Sign me to fuck up. Big, warm, wide? Yes. I'm pointing at these. I don't know what you... Like it. Love it. Keep it on my wall. These, on the other hand, they keep the bass. They clear up the treble. I'm going to say clear it up. And by that, I mean there's nothing behind the fucking drivers. So this almost feels like a mod of what you would do with an Arya Organic or an original Arya. Like, the people used to do this to the old HiFiMan shit all the time. You used to just yank off the backs and just have exposed drivers. And all of a sudden, people are making unveiled versions 10 years ago. But that's what it sounds like. It sounds like you removed a lot of the things in the way and you got clarity back. Is it too much clarity? Not necessarily. It might have been a little bit too much on the Susvara because they're really pushing that driver to the ends of the earth. But this is a smaller opening. Again, this has all of this space to breathe. And this does have venting around here. But the actual magnet structures, they end here. The only thing that's moving this driver is that space. Whereas these can go off much further into other directions. So what you're essentially getting is a smaller driver, which means it's gonna be, just because physics, a faster driver. Because if you try to move an IEM with a 10 millimeter, it's gonna go boop, If you try to move a fucking 6.5-inch speaker, it's going to go. So by tightening it up, you're getting more speed. And you're losing that the size is kind of what dictates the overall sound. Stop talking like that, CS. I feel like this is definitely the more intimate. Now I'm going back to this is the headphone I put on, and everything I'm listening to sounds like it's closer. It sounds like I could hear more detail out of it. I hear the same amount of low end, but it's missing the warmth of the mid-range. And at the end of the day, that means that this is not a direct upgrade path. They keep doing this. It was the same with the Susvara. I wouldn't call this a direct upgrade. It's a different enough sound signature that if you wanted to choose, and we'll put on, what do we got? Girl und Panzer. Track 14. I'm not going to bother reading that. That's all Japanese. Wistful, big, and then we got a drum hit. It's beautiful. Yeah, this sounds like the sound went from here on the original Organics to here. We went from out and forward to now you're listening to it. It kind of like it wants to be an IM. It's trying to eliminate your entire fucking HRTF. It's just like, no. You don't even have ears. Cut your fucking ears off. I'm sure some audiophile out there could be convinced to literally chop his fucking ears off. I'm assuming it's going to be a him and not a her. I don't think I convinced any woman to chop their ears off to have better sound in their headphones. But I feel like that's where we're headed. I hate the plastic. Did I mention how much I fucking hate the shiny plastic? You had wood, motherfucker. You had wood and metal and nice. The pads haven't improved at all, which is a whole thing. Wait till you see the Fosse headphone I have, which is basically competition to all of these. It's the i5 with almost the exact same headband. You could actually wait. Did I check? Can you see the? Oh my God! There's so much. Can I pull these off without? I think these just pop off. No, that didn't really fucking help, did it? But anyway, you could see the bar magnets. It's a small section here, then a larger section here, and then a small section up here. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 magnetic bar sections. Look at this, though. All right, do this without breaking it. It's someone else's headphone. Why? Come on, you bastard. There we go. There's little clips that I hate this system. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's only 7. We've literally halved the amounts of magnets that are in the way of the driver. It's such a different play on this that calling this an upgrade it doesn't even make fucking sense. Also, I'm trying to see how this is assembled, because this one has the fabric over it. This has got a mesh. This has got an inner ring that's holding in probably everything of the driver, and then an outer ring. And this has just got the ring with 97 fucking Phillips screws in it. I see what they're going for. They're like, no, unveil it all. Rip it all off. Rip it all off. And it's doing its thing. But I think they should sell these with each other. This should not replace this. It's not, we're not there yet. We're not to the point where like, well, this is, if you like the Arya Organic, I liked the Arya. And then when the Arya Organic showed up, I liked it more. It was the same headphone, but it had just slight tweaks. And I'm like, ooh, if I had to pick one or the other, and then I sold the Arya in the yard sale. This is a whole different fucking thing. And comparing the two is probably actually hurting the situation here. If I didn't have... Oh, this is going to be one of those pains in the dicks, isn't it? I can actually see the clips and where they go. Oh, God, it's a HiFiMan. It could burst into flames at any moment. Hold on, wait. You're along for this journey with me. I don't feel comfortable. Daddy, I'm scared. So there's... I gotta get in here and... Oh, fuck. I don't want to push my finger through the goddamn magnet structure. Oh, there's one. Not my finger through the magnet structure. Maybe I'll leave this for the owner. Hey, yeah, I don't know what happened. Just, The pad just killed itself. It just came off and everyone died. Oh, God, the top's not attached. This is just... On most headphones, when I go to put the pads back on, I'm not really that nervous. No matter what the expense is. HiFiMan headphones, I feel like I have to baby, like, even this... I'm glad I'm filming this, because there's just this little piece of plastic here that has to be bent. Oh, Jesus Christ. This one went on no problem. This is just, it's more of a fucking nightmare. Oh, God. And this is not specifically an Arya Unveiled issue. What you got to do is you got to, like, bend the plastic and then let it scoop down and under. But the plastic is so fucking thick here. And I know what someone's going to say, well, Zeos, you got to put it in the top and bottom and then push the sides on. Which is probably actually what I need to do, is I need to bend it down for the top one and then bend it out for the sides. I do understand how the physics of this bullshit work. Are we in? Please be in. Just be in. Oh, God, prayer. Prayer, prayer, prayer. There's not much I pray to, but not destroying someone's headphones is probably better. All right, I got it. I think I got it. Is that a gap? No, I think that's in. You know what I haven't tested? How they sound as a closeback. Oh my God, the treble just got real bad. No. Actually, that doesn't sound bad. Oh, never mind. No, I don't. Don't do that. Although I will say, and I should have mentioned this. I don't know if I mentioned this in the Arya Unveiled video. Now that this has this system, where there's magnets and it's completely open, it leaves, I'm going to call it an opportunity for, let's say, any of you watching at home who might have a 3D printer who can figure out the dimensions of this. You might have the ability not just to print a replacement cover, but to magnetize a closeback adapter that includes 3D printed spaces, chambers, whatever, stuffing material to go boom, and to make these headphones closeback truly. It'll be big and stupid, but it'll be literally magnetizable, removable, with no mods to the headphone at all. You just put a little rubber strip around it and go, and boom, you could have a big fucking closeback, which will probably almost guaranteed sound better than the Arya, whatever fucking closeback HiFiMan was trying to push. Whatever, that $3,000 atrocity. That was an acoustical atrocity. That big Arya. I don't remember the name of it, but yeah, Golden and I can at least agree that thing should never have been born. I'm more pissed that this thing is made of shiny plastic than that they did this to it. But again, I don't think this is designed to compete with that. This doesn't feel even close to the same, like, if you bought this for a sound signature that you knew when you heard it, and you're like, ooh, I want a better version of that, this is not that. This is a whole different headphone. This is more neutral. If this is mid-focused, a little bit warmer, this is, I don't want to say it's V-shaped, because I don't feel like it's bending that hard. Because it still has a treble, still has the bass, it still has treble, even though that's blatantly been, like, exposed more. But it's lacking that warmth that you would normally expect from an Arya. The Arya was the warm one. That's why I liked it. So this is less that. Why does it feel like I didn't close that? All right, I'm just going to... All right, people are screaming at me in a foreign language I don't understand. They sound slightly further away in the original organics, and I like the tonality better. It's a tone preference thing. Again, I'd have no problem if they sold both. And I could be like, well, if you're more of a detail-oriented person and you really want to get that sound right there in your head, try the new Unveiled. If you want to keep that old wood, good, warm, sitting down by a fire, smoking a cigar, drinking whiskey sort of sound, then you get the organic. It was a good concept. I like the organic. There's a reason I kept it. So that's it. That's my basic life and death. This is not life and death. I just hope that by the end of, let's say, the next 3 years, HiFiMan, like, how do you double down on this? What's next year's fucking model? How more unveiled? Half the number of magnets, even less magnets.com. It's just literally the driver is outside and you can't touch it except for the top of the headband, and you have to like manipulate it like this to put it on, or else you'll destroy it. Like, we don't want more fragile, more plastic headphones in our lives. We want more robust, more wood, more quality head. I can't believe I'm holding up a HiFiMan and going, quality headphone. But comparing the two, this just feels like cheap plastic, and like it feels literally slimy. Like slimy, cheap plastic. It's not even like good, like polymer. What is this? This is some Fisher-Price fucking plastic. And I'm not even knocking them for this. This is fine. These are just covers. They got the carbon fiber, probably just carbon fiber pressed onto the back of normal plastic. And then it looks like something out of like an old arcade game would be covered in this so you don't scratch it. I don't know. And, the wire, you can guess. Do I even need to bring a HiFiMan fucking wire to this table? I will never use a HiFiMan headphone with a HiFiMan wire. The day I do, literally, you better cash out all your Bitcoin because the world's about to fucking end. So, I would say right now the best chance you head to APOS, you buy the original organic for fucking, $1,100? It's a steal now. That... you have to have a very specific want and need, and I think you need to have heard it. It's doing a better job of keeping the tone, like it actually has what I can attest to be tuning done to it. It's just not tuned the way I'd want it to be, which is to be the warm future, upgrade this instead of side grading it. Yeah, that's my review. All right, wallpaper in the wallpaper hoard. I want to thank the patron for loaning out the Arya. I usually have these things sitting around for months, and I decided, I got this a week ago. I'm just going to hammer at it. So I've hammered at it. I accept it for what it is, except I fucking hate a lot about it. All right, it's just the real, it's always got to be one thing that I'm really honed in on. And it's fucking plastic. $1,500 fucking dollars for shitty shiny plastic. Shitty shiny plastic. Do I have it? Hold on, I gotta cancel that. Alright, I have it over here. Let me show you if I can reach it without destroying... Oh, I'm gonna destroy my headband, aren't I? Hold on. Coming back. I got an example. It's important that I show you the example. Alright. This is a shitty little projector. See how the top is like plastic and ugly, and I don't even think, just it's ugly, right? That's also plastic. That's beautiful. That is fingerprintless. And it's still the same plastic, but yet this is the bottom and this is the top. This should never have been a thing. Shiny plastic on things is worse than blue LEDs. All right? That's all I'm going to say. I got to call him back. I got it. The only thing I want out of life is a laptop that's entirely this. And then I can live happily ever after. And you know what? That and a headphone would look fucking stellar. So, I'm going to go. Patreon, subscribe, so support this channel. Audio should not be life and death. If your audio experience is life and death, you're taking this hobby too fucking seriously. It's a hobby. You spend money, you hope that I can advise you or forums can advise you, and you try to be happy. If you think it's life and death, and if you buy the wrong thing, you're dead, don't. This hobby's too much for you. There's too many choices. There's too many things that are completely opinion-based. Just like me. I'm just opinion-based. Cat running down the steps. You'll figure it out. And if I can help you in my patronage chat for $15 a month, then please feel free to join, and I'll give you direct discussions. But $7 a month, it went up to $7. See reviews early, participate in yard sales, get to lost the sound demos. I may or may not have time to sound demo these because you know what? If I hold on, I did this review early enough, I'll probably end up sending them back in May. Yeah. I'll get the sound demos done for this. I have so many things to sound demo now. But Wallpaper and the Wallpaper Horde, thank you for everyone who supports the channel. See the reviews early, participate in your art sales, lost the sound demos, $10 a month or $15 a month to get into the behind the scenes private Telegram chat where people like this exist and will loan me things. And thank you. Because I can't get everything from companies. And frankly, I feel like I'm a little more free to just go nuts if I don't. So, by all means, send me something. In the meantime, enjoy that. And I will see you for the next unveiled thing, which will probably be something dumb. Well, actually, no. Sasvara Unveiled? No. Sundara Unveiled. I'm waiting.